Hi, how are you? This is Rich from Adelita's Way.
Hey, are you free to do it now? Are you cool?
I'm ready to rock.
All right, well then let's rock. I got a few questions for you, my friend. First of all, where are you
I
at?
love it. We are in Amarillo, Texas. We just on our Uproar tour, and we just did Dallas.
Nice. How was that show?
It was amazing. It was, anytime you get to come into it was a sold out show. Anytime you get to come out and show people what you can do is a great experience. And for us, Uproar has kind of been a great spot for us to show people what we're about because, we're the only new band on the main stage.
Yes,
And,
which is pretty impressive, I might add.
It's a great feeling. And a lot of people sometimes walk in trying to figure out, Adelita's Way, like on the main stage, like what's this band about? Or for the people that have seen us, they know why we're there. We put on a really good live show. We work really hard and we love what we do. So, it's an exciting adventure for us all around to get out there and get to play for so many people and have the reaction. But Dallas was beautiful, man. I've never, it's 15,000 people, singing every word and screaming at us. So it's what more can you ask for in life?
Nice, definitely. Well, let's go back a couple steps because for those who are just kind of getting to know you, because I understand you've been out for a while, but for those who don't know your story, you guys have a great name story. Can you take us back a little bit? Tell us how you guys got your name.
Yeah, it comes from an experience. Ultimately, I went down to San Diego. I was there at the beaches. We tried checking in a hotel. I fell asleep in my car, and I ended up waking up. I was with a knucklehead friend. We woke up pretty much across the border in Tijuana, and we were getting arrested by the cops. I was kind of like, all right, we're getting arrested and robbed. So through the whole experience, it was kind of insane. But the way we got the band name is, when I was over in Tijuana, I met a girl over there. A very young girl, and I started talking to her and picking her brain, and I just saw how life was over in Tijuana. It's very hard. It's very different than here. The people don't have as much. So I was talking to this girl, and she was young, man. She was probably 17, 16 years old, and at the time I was young too. I was 18 or 19, and she was explaining her life story to me. She's like, I've lived in Tijuana since I was born, and I've been a working girl since I was 12. And I was like, what do you mean a working girl since you were 12? Like she was selling herself pretty much. Right. And she was just telling me about her life. She was telling me about her life. And she was like, I have to support my parents and my family. I'm the only one that works, reality hit me, man. I was sitting there like thinking in this place, I was like, man, some people just aren't born with a chance, to succeed in life, a chance to go for their dreams, to do what they want. And I left, the place I met her was called Adelita's. And I left there with a whole new perspective on kind of, my position in where we were, and I really just started really appreciating life for what it was, man. Some people in life, they don't get the newest video game or the newest car out, and they complain and cry. But man, at the end of the day, we're grateful to have anything we have, loved ones, family. It changes your whole perspective on things when you see someone who's really been through a life that had no chance.
Right, definitely, for sure. And it's kind of a cool tribute to her. Yeah,
man, it definitely is. But, overall for me, it was definitely an eye-opener. When I got back to the States, I definitely was like, all right, man, you got to really – because I always appreciated life, but not the littlest things, man, not the smallest things, not the bottles of water we don't finish, the things that we just take advantage of,
Right, absolutely. Well, cool. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you sharing that. Now, you guys actually, you have the self-titled disc, and then Homeschool Valedictorian's been out since June of last year. But you guys have been rocking hard with that one. I mean, I know you guys take a lot with your WWE, with Invincible and things like that. Did you guys go in that direction again with this disc, or did you guys, just decide to kick in and kick ass?
No, you really just want to write what you want to be yourself. When we write records, I love to just tell a lot about my life and how I feel. And at the end of the day, we were so lucky to have the WWE step out on us and really start playing some of our stuff. Because I feel right now, where we are in music, it almost feels like the rock bands are trying to get boxed out a little bit, which is a little nuts for us,
Right.
And we get compared to Nickelback and Archer and stuff. And for me, I'm a 29-year-old kid who grew up on Metallica, Nirvana, but like some of the greats, Soundgarden, and I feel like people are kind of trying to categorize us in a genre that we don't understand. For us, we're a young rock band who has young girl fans, old women fans, older men fans, young men fans. Like we play music that I want people to just like and write songs that I just want everybody to listen to and relate to. And for us right now, it's a great thing to see us where we are, because we virtually have sold what we've sold, got what we got the grassroots way. We've done it with touring and active rock radio, and really while the world's putting a governor on how big they're allowing us to get, we're still trying to battle through and show people that we're something special. Every era has rock stars, the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, and this is no different. You know what I mean? I fully believe 100% that I can be a great role model and a rock star for the people to come, and I'm not going to just let everybody, convince me no.
Have you had it? Have you found yourself being told that you need to change your sound? Like, I know it's tough, but how do you fight that?
You got to just write. I sing the blues when I write records, and people don't realize that. The critics review them and write what they will. The people say what they will, but the fans like them. People don't know about us. We're a very under-the-radar band. We don't have a lot of looks. We're not on Glee. We're not on Leno.
Please don't.
We're not on it. We're not. We don't get any of these things, but people still hear about us. People are still like, oh, yeah, I've heard about this band, because really we just try to make the best records we can and the honest. I don't let anyone tell me what I should be writing. Right. I wrote Alive, which is a new single about my wife, because I love her. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason I wrote it. I didn't write it for a hit song or for it could turn into whatever. I wrote it to be like, I love you. This is how I'm feeling. And I write the angry songs when I'm feeling that way too. So it's like I write what I want to do. I love playing music. I love to perform live. And, I fully believe that, knowing as long as I keep doing what I can do, putting the best show I can make, making the best records I can make, we can only be boxed out for so long. We'll get through.
Right.
Eventually, I feel like talent rises, man. And it's our job to make sure that we do a good enough job to make everybody, want to be a part of it, I guess. Because it's I got to admit to you, sometimes we call in, we've had 2 number 1 hits off this record, and we'll call to do late night TV, and literally we'll get laughed at.
Seriously?
And then there's bands who've had no hits or whatever, and they've had nothing, and Leno will put them right on first time ever, or Leno will have the same band on 5 times, but he won't give us a shot, or you know what I mean? It's the stigma around rock and roll, man. It happens all the time. I mean, it's happening right now with us with our single. You give people a song that you love, and everybody tells me, they're like, I love this song so much, and always attached to it is, but you guys are a rock band, and I don't think that's an acceptable excuse.
Right.
To not show the world someone, because rock and roll is iconic and it's legendary, and music was built on a lot of rock and roll. And to say that is very disrespectful, and that's what people of this are doing, really, because you really don't see a lot of new. Do you see a lot of new rock bands that, like, do you turn TV on? Do you see?
No, what I see is a lot of rock bands being told they have to be not rock because nobody likes rock anymore, and I don't believe that.
But people do like rock.
They do.
It's not. I don't want to say it's coming back because you've been hearing that, but the more PSY they put out, the more songs they put out that are trendy, and the more oversaturated the market gets with what's out right now, the dance pop, the indie alternative, the more that goes, what happens. The shift is coming.
Right.
We just got to stay honest and do what.
You've been on the Uproar Festival for the last month and a half. Does it sound to you when you're rocking those stages like rock is dead? No, it sounds to me like rock is people are crying for more. People exactly.
are, they really are. Like we're showing up and we're playing amphitheaters in front of 15,000 people with people saying to us, "You guys need to help. You guys need to step in and do something about this," because the people aren't. People are nervous. Stations are all running to the cool hip thing. They're trying to act like rock is somewhat of a black plague, and why they do it, I'll stand there and I'll stand there and die for rock. I'm going to keep making rock records. I'm going to keep making the records we make, and I'm going to show everybody that, at least for myself, that of this era, I want to be one of the stars of this era. I'm not just going to be boxed out because of the kind of music I sing.
I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair.
especially when you're talking about an iconic format. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about a format that had Led Zeppelin and I mean even the Beatles were rock. You know what I mean? Like there's people that you're saying that are saying, you know, rock is dead, rock is this, and rock is dead because, you know, the media has convinced itself that, you know, like, you know what I'm saying. But
I know exactly what you're saying. I haven't convinced myself yet, so you're kind of preaching to the choir on this one. But I totally understand. But that being said, you've got like Sick on there, you've got Criticize the Collapse, you've got Cage the Beast, which I really like. You've got, you know, all this. You guys have always had a pretty heavy sound that works. I mean, I've never seen where it's, you know, people shun it so much. And even Alive, I saw the video last week. You know, it's touching, it's deep, but you look at Metallica. Metallica has Nothing Else Matters. It doesn't make it a less rock song.
No, you know what? We're humans at the end of the day, and we all have emotion. Like realistically, like, you know, like I'm not just gonna want to, you know, break stuff and want to crush stuff all day. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, and what woman wants you? You know, as really, we're women and men. You know what I mean? Like we're two, and we have so many emotions. You can't just. You got to relate to everybody. You know what I mean? Women don't want to, you know, rock 24 hours. Men don't want to rock 24 hours. Sometimes I like to sit down and listen to a song that makes me think about the whether it's my mom, my family, my wife. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always got to be double kicking through the walls. You know what I mean? Like, songs make you think about other things in life.
Right. So you worked with Tyler Conley of Theory of a Deadman too on this one, on I Want to Be. How was that? How did that all come to be?
He's one of my buddies. Me and Tyler are, you know, we're friends, you know, and we hang out in L.A. We're hanging out in L.A. one day, and, you know, we went to this, we went up to this kind of hamburger place that had like, it was like a bar / burger place, and the door guy totally was just like put his hand up and was like, oh, you guys got to wait, go to the end of the line. And we were kind of like, whoa, there's a line. But it was like a club line. It was weird. And we were like, that's lame. So we left, and we were like, he was like, man, I can't believe how lame that guy was. And I was like, dude, I know. And then like I sat there and I just started like messing with this lyric, you know, and this idea for a song. And I was like, you know, we really, I know neither one of us kind of planned it. We just jammed it. We just did it. You know what I mean? We just started kind of playing it, man.
Nice. Last time I interviewed you, which was honestly way back on the first CD, you guys were just getting on the road, just really getting rolling. And I remember you guys put out these videos, and they were like videos of you guys on the road being crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And that was before you went on tour with Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me exactly, while you're on tour with Guns N' Roses, you guys already have a kind of crazy reputation. What'd you learn about how to be crazy on the road?
You know, I think that the number one thing I learned from touring with Guns N' Roses was, you know, Axl Rose is one of the last icons, man. You know, and he takes so much flack for being controversial. He takes so much flack for saying what he thinks and doing what he does. Mm-hmm. When I was on that tour, one thing I noticed, everybody respected Axl. Everybody, you know, and as far as party terms, you know, I think what we learned from Guns N' Roses is you got to just enjoy the whole experience, man. Like the whole night is a night of fun. And, you know, once we get, I don't know, those guys like to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? and we did New Year's with them, and Axl rented out a suite in Vegas and invited everyone there, and they party right, man. And you know, we're definitely, I think the number one thing that we learned from bands like that about partying on the road is you got to do it in moderation,
right.
Realistically. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, especially when you go on something like Uproar where you've got like 15 different bands or however many are on there, and everybody's ready to go, at least in the crowd, and then you guys get back behind the stage and suddenly you guys are, you know, on day 27, you know?
Exactly. You can't get in the Groundhog Day. You got to stop and smell the roses, you know? I've had a very interesting Uproar tour, you know, because one of the things we've been talking about was how you hear how passionate I am about music and rock music, you know, and on this tour I've gotten in trouble a couple times. And I don't know if you know, today has been a very active day. Because we just technically, it's a funny thing, and it's a term that I'm not throwing it loosely, but we were banned from Houston today.
Oh, congratulations. What on earth did you do?
Yeah, we were banned from Houston today because I simply said on stage the other day that when Houston gets a real rock station, maybe, you know, people in the town will know who we are when we come back through, you know? And, you know, at the end of the day, man, I think I said that because Houston is a market that has been built up, in my mind, for so many years as the legendary rock market. You know, Dimebag, it has so much history with Houston itself. You know, one of the rock gods. And just rock and roll, man. The rock station used to be thriving there. The rock shows sell out there. You know, we played in an arena with 15,000 sold-out people. And, you know, the station can call it what they will and hate us for what they will, but I didn't take a jab at them personally. I just said I would love a rock station in this town because Houston's a rock city. And I want to be able to come back to Houston. I don't want to go to Houston and have people look at us like they don't know who we are. You know what I mean? Because I love rock, man. I love rock and roll, and and when I go into a town and I see no rock stations and I see all alternative and, all the things going on that are kind of doing what I'm telling you, trying to box us out, because I want to get to everybody, man. I love to write music. I love for people to tell us that our music affected them. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you don't get that to happen, when that doesn't happen because you're busy getting boxed out and banned and this, that, and the other thing, you know what I mean? All you can do is do what you do and speak about it,
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's worse things than getting kicked out of Houston. I mean, you could get kicked out of the Alamo.
We could. So today's a fun day. We were banned by. We weren't even banned by the rock station in Houston, which is funny. We were banned by the alternative station, which doesn't even play us. So that's a interesting ban.
Well, yeah, no doubt. Well, congratulations on that. I mean, own it. Own it for sure.
Well, I think we're the first band ever to get banned from a whole entire city. So that to me is a kind of a, I don't know whether to take it on a you know what I mean? Like, hey, should I be in the Guinness book? I don't know. We were banned.
Yeah, I just say own it, because eventually you'll be back.
Own it. Yeah, we'll be back. We have too many great fans there. That's why I laugh about it. We have so much amazing support, and at the end of the day, we're blessed, and I know that.
Awesome. Now, you are on the Uproar Festival with some big names. Godsmack, Stained, even some of the side stage bands have, huge histories. POD's on that. You got 1,000 Foot Crutch. How is interacting with all of those bands? Is it something you're learning from them, or who is your favorite band? Who do you go out and watch every night?
We've been honored to tour with a lot of these bands, throughout our careers. So really, all you can do is learn from them. On the one thing I learned, especially from Shinedown, is really how to treat other bands, man. Shinedown has always been so amazing to us as people and as artists, and kind of, you look forward to finding, I feel like they believed in us, when we came out, and we're kind of like, yo, we'll take this band under our wing and show them the way and bring them out on tour. And, we look forward to doing that to the next band that we get to do it to. We look forward to doing that one day, to finding a band and that we love and bringing them out and showing them how to, treating them good. And it's just been a great experience. And I think, that's the one thing we've learned just from our years of touring, especially with a band like Shinedown. And I think that I wouldn't want to have anybody else, headline at such a great festival. Right,
no doubt, for sure. So what's on tap for you guys right now? Are you guys thinking about getting back into the studio at all, or are you just going to keep riding the wave?
Always. No, I'm not a wave rider. You know what I mean? You got to let, I think when you try to ride the wave too long, it shows a lack of confidence in your abilities. You know what I mean? I think for us, we're just going to follow the plan. You know what I mean? We're going to follow the plan, and we've already started writing another album. Yeah, and I feel amazing about it. And I feel excited for people to hear that as well. And for now, we're going to just keep touring. We're going to take a couple weeks off. We're going to do Theory of a Deadman. We're going to take the holidays off, do some Christmas shows, and then we're going to do a big headlining run in January, February, hit the whole country, and maybe we'll sneak into Houston with our co-op.
Nice.
We'll pop in without anyone knowing. But we're just gonna keep doing our thing, and then I'd love to have a new album out in the summer.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool for sure. And then jump back onto the road, so you can do all the summer festivals next summer.
I love to tour. I love to play music. I love to, if like I said, if they're not gonna have us on the tube, if they're not gonna put us on the mass audience on the TV, I might as well come to their city and knock on their door. So yeah,
nobody watches TV anymore anyway. But let me ask you this. While you're on tour, you're out on the road a lot. You're looking up at the sky. How do you feel about aliens? You see any aliens out there?
So I see any aliens in the sky. Well, I live in Vegas, so I see the area, the planes flying all the time. So I'm convinced there's something they're hiding, because there wouldn't be those planes and all those people, secretly hiding up in Nevada.
Right. Nevada's kind of sketchy in that way. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you gotta think about it. Like that's a lot of money that takes into having a facility like that with a plane, and you don't do something that important and that high, you know, for something stupid. I mean, look, come on. At the end of the day, we all run businesses. We all know how hard it is to run stuff like that. That takes millions of dollars, and to spend millions of dollars, there's got to be something cool going on.
Very cool. Now, what do you think about the Mayan apocalypse? Do you think that's a possibility, or is that just a bunch of bullcrap to get you to buy stuff?
Nah, you know, I don't worry about any of that stuff, man. I follow the plan. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, I'm a blessed man. I'm grateful for everything I have, and I really just try to stick to the plan and be good to people, man. That's really the only things that are on my mind every day. Be good to my, you know, everybody, not just my family, but I wake up with a different mentality. I try to really just stop and smell the roses.
Nice, very cool.
I don't worry about the Mayan, you know, whatever's going on with them, man. If I'm here with all you guys when it happens, and we're going. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know,
game over altogether. Yep, I gotcha. Very cool.
Know?
Very cool. Well, you've got a live out right now. You've got, of course, the rest of the Uproar Festival, and then hopefully we hope to see you with a new CD soon. Yeah, I agree, man. We you know, the most important thing for us is constantly seeing the excitement of our fans, you know, from our show to our albums. Like, nothing makes me happier ever when someone comes up to me with Homeschool Valedictorian and they tell me that it's one of the best records that they've heard, or like, you know what I mean? That's why we don't make millions of dollars. We don't. It's not about that. I'm not out here to try to campaign myself to make $1 million. I love this. I love to make music. I love to meet our fans. I love to do meet and greets. I love to do all that stuff just to see the lives that you affect, man. You know, and I really, really, really work hard on our live show and my live show and my performances. I really want everyone to walk away, you know, with the memory, because I told you I have a goal in my mind. I want to go down and be one of the best frontmen at rock in this little era of music that we're in. I want people to be like, I used to go to Uproar and see Adelita's Way play, and they were one of the best bands I saw when I was young. That's what I want people to say 20 years from now. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. You do. It's a noble challenge, though, so you take it. I've taken it already. I mean, I've already taken it. I've already taken it on, and I'm going to put the work in to do it. You know, I'm going to put the, you know, you don't just talk about it and get great, man. You got to really put the work in to try to do it. And I want to work on everything from being a better singer to a better frontman to a better performer to writing better songs. I mean, you got to just constantly be ready to work. Very cool. Well, I wish you the best of luck, Rick, and I appreciate you taking time and hanging out with me and chatting and all that good stuff, too. I had a blast. I feel like I was on the phone with, like, my friend. I feel like I was just chilling. So I just ran. If I ran it a little bit, I apologize. But I had a great interview. I had a great time. Hey, this is Rick from Adelita's Way, and you've got the source of the sound.